Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. We're here. It's Sunday and it's Superflexin time. Who's ready? I think I'm going to, as long as Underdog has content or Superflex content available, I think I'm going to make Sundays Superflexin Sundays. Hopefully, I can do this every week. We will see how it goes. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Big Draft Energy. Thank you for the retweet. Steve Schaup, same thing. Ben Haskell, thanks for showing up. Aaron Sandy, what's going on? Higher exposure, 40% breeze. Now, that's what you call a stand. I'm actually needing to catch up on my Superflex. I just worked 36 hours over 3 days. So I got a little behind, not that far behind. But yeah, as I got home today, I'm looking for the tournament. So as I got home today, I seen Nick Chubb possibly going to the Texans. I yeah, I slept. So I slept 3 hours Friday night, and then four and a half last night. So I'm on 7 hours of sleep over 3 days, 36 hours of work. But you know what? I don't care. I'm here. I could sleep all day tomorrow. We good. Exactly. Yeah, waiting on Dobbins, waiting on Chubb. No, I actually kind of do this every week. Yeah, I personally won't be moving Joe Mixon at all, and if he starts falling in drafts because people are worried that Nick Chubb's going to take some of his carries, like I will just have more Joe Mixon. Yeah, I mean, so a lot of sleep for me is like anything over 6.5 hours. I honestly don't feel good. So all right. Anyway, we thank you for showing up, Anthony. We've got 17 in here already. We got 12 likes. Look at you guys go. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. We are entering a puppy but super flex, and we will be entering in 10 seconds. The 22nd puppy with super flex. Welcome, Victor. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, Woody Marks is definitely the one, in my opinion, that's getting smashed. We're waiting on nine. Waiting on nine. I'm glad I've only got like 2% Woody Marks. I was kind of waiting to see what happened with him. So I wanted to, I didn't really like him as a prospect anyway. So I was waiting, taking a little bit when I had Stroud. I'm guessing a lot of you guys got in the pre flow. Just look, my highest exposed. Let me look while we are waiting. We got five more. I'll go ahead and go over mine. While we're here and waiting, so five more 20-second Superflex. I've done 49. Shocker. Pat Bryant, Pat Bryant, and Cam Scatabo are my number one and number two. Spencer Rattler is basically free at the end. I tack him on just randomly. Uh, Aaron Sandy also pre-game. That's sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I did that to everybody. I I try to stay. I try not to let that happen to people. I've basically been fading Mixing Chubb all draft season, anyways. We'll probably just continue to do so. Nico is the only way you want to play Houston. Got it. I'm very in on Houston. So I got a bunch, and I got a bunch of Jaden Higgins. Speaking of that, Alec Pierce. He usually I'm taking him for bye week reasons. Like whenever I get to that point, he's the only one with like bye week 11 that late that I actually like. So Ben Haskell gets the 101. I got the 103. I believe Alex is part of the crew. I haven't heard him talk, but I think he might be. Steve got the 5. You got FK Coolers in the 8, Green Bee in the 9. Is that Rocco Jamaica? Or Rock? Yeah, this will be a tough room. Absolutely. Jimmy Taylor 13. Adam Offit and Harriman. The 103 feels awesome because I personally have Jaden Daniels above Josh Allen, and I like it. So yeah, I'll take Lamar, my number one quarterback. Feels good. Feels good. That's not on who. We take the risk by trying to time it. Yeah, no. I get it. I was just trying to make a joke, but I was falling flat. I hold on, let me scroll up there. Yeah, I was falling a little flat. I had a really boring day. I just walked around like I was training today, and all I did is followed behind people, the same person for 12 hours walking around, walk like probably 6 miles. So we're good though. We're here. We're drafting. We're gonna have a good time. Somebody in this room's drafting the finals team. I can feel it. Definitely doing more than one tonight. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I was basically trying to make the joke that Sandy made. I failed, but it's all good. I'm convinced Steve paid someone off to get 300 entries in the Superflex contest because man is entering in every stream draft, killing. Yeah, well, he drafts mostly with really good structure and only deviates from that structure when good falls happen, like whatever ADP values go. Uh, I personally, I try to do some like try to get like huge teams in every once in a while and push limits. I'm trying to make sure like 65 to 70% of my teams are like extremely well and solidly built using a lot of this tactics that Steve also talks about. But every once in a while, I try to push some things. And I've got a couple teams I feel really good about doing that. And I've got a couple teams that I don't really like. Like, what's up, Fantasy Football Garage? Thank you for showing up. Who? Who did? Aren't I'll take Ashton Genty with Lamar. This feels like it could be kind of low owned. Uh, yeah, and Burrow's CMC is pretty unique. I have a, I think I have a CMC Jaden Daniels team somewhere. Um, but Genty Lamar feels awesome. Like this feels so good. Most likely, Geno Smith's available to me back here, so I should be able to get a stack there. Those bye weeks are different. And I only have 28% Drake May right now in this, and I do want more. So I'm going to go ahead and pull Drake May up. I don't know. I guess I only pulled him up a couple spots. I need to redo my rankings. I did my rankings at the beginning of last week. So, but I like this start. Lamar, Genty, Drake May. Feels good. Ben, Josh Allen, Puka, Brock Purdy. Love it. Jimmy Taylor is trying. Like, look at this. Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors. Is he going to go H-hand here? Brock Bowers. Look at that's actually. I would not love to do this, but this feels fun. Like it's going to be hard to catch up at quarterback, but if he does catch up a quarterback, he is going to smash. Won't be offended, but how do you feel? The Superflex or the so the weekly winners I really liked. I think that it was really awesome. The only pick I didn't like was, I mean, obviously, like you and I disagree on Steph Diggs and Demario Douglas. But we had got Diggs at like a, yeah. I think that honestly, we had some falls that were pretty crazy. on that. Like we got a Lave at like what 110 or something. Like we got a Lave and Diggs with Tet McMillan, Drake London. Like it also pushed me to do something that I would never do. I would never, for myself, pass uh, Malik Neighbors for Drake London. But for that team and the way that the draft played out, it actually worked perfectly because we got the number one receiver for everybody in that division. We took the elite quarterback in Lamar. Bryce Young was there late to like give the divisional correlation with all the game stacks we have. Like, and he's late enough. I'm okay taking a second. Like I was fully on going Lamar. But no, I honestly thought that it was a very well designed draft. The upside is gigantic, and the upside is what we need in that tournament specifically. I mean, and the pick of Demario, like I let you pick it. I'm perfectly like I could be wrong with Steph Diggs, like it absolutely could, but I mean that's just a player take thing. And I worry more about whenever I'm drafting with somebody, I worry more about making sure I have a good structure than getting my player takes in on them, right? Like part of the reason I want to draft with other people is so I can actually diversify a little bit and let them talk me into things that I wouldn't normally do. You know, kind of like Ben said at college, he had some decisions. All right, we got all that. I mean, Brees Hall, smash, right? I will take Brees Hall here every time. Ashton Genty, Brees Hall, Lamar Jackson, Drake May. This feels awesome. There were four quarterbacks I'm willing to take left. I would prefer to get Geno. Tried the same thing after on my show with B. Kurt. I uh I watched that and like it was a good watch. I'll say that. It was definitely a good watch because like your guys' opinions were very, very different, right? And Ben did the exact thing I expected him to do, taking Stafford there with Puka. That feels awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. Like this may be the only time this season in any format you watch Who Hames take Geno Smith over Bryce Young. That's something I will not be doing very often. I promise. What's up, River Rat? Thank you for coming in. Glad you could make it. Start yelling at me when I forget to bring the board up. So Jared Goff made it all. I guess that's kind of where Jared Goff goes. Something I've been doing in Superflex a lot lately. When I get a pick at the front, I've been taking Amon with an elite and then coming back around and getting Jared Goff. And it works like every time. If you take Amon, people don't really want Jared Goff. It's really weird because people would prefer to bring up like Drake May or somebody to pair with a stack, even Justin Herbert. So it feels really good to at the front end take Amon and then wrap back around with the Goff stack. Got draft Indy now. Yeah. Man, those minis are addicting. It's like I have trouble sleeping because I could always draft a mini. It's like I $2. Yeah, take my money. I get a draft for $2. That is fantastic. And for those of you who are not, please subscribe to Big Draft Energy. He does he only does drafters content. So if you can only do drafters and you look for drafters content, Big Draft Energy is a good follow. He has plenty of takes and he is not afraid of them. Last year he missed on a couple, but he also hit really big on a couple as well. So like he was Jamar Chase 101 and that absolutely smashed. He was also, I'll let him tell you about his misses. I'm not going to, like, some people were pretty, like, making fun of him and all that, but everybody has misses. Like, I had tons of misses last year. Also, follow Steve Schaup at Fanspeak Network. I'm sure everybody here follows Steve. Steve was on the channel. Big Draft Energy was on the channel. And then we've had Fantasy Football Garage. Him and I need to get together on my channel. He hasn't came here yet. I just haven't been able to book him yet. We've been talking about doing one. I definitely look forward to it. So there's a player I would love to get here. Absolutely love to get. Let's see what OGTV does. He takes the player I would love to get. So with him taking that player, we got Lamar, all those players. I think I'm Tet here. I don't want to take the double stack from either player. So I'll take Tet here over Mike Evans and Devontae. In my heart of hearts, I'm actually Devontae over. But I actually, because I didn't get Hampton, I'm hoping to get a certain player back here. And I'm fine with wide receiver 1, Tet McMillan. And the player I want, like I have Chuba rated above Travion, but we're going to do a little divisional correlation right here and take Travion Henderson. So right now we got a 3-3-1-0. Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Geno Smith. Geno Smith stacked with Ashton Genty. Drake May stacked with Travion Henderson. And then Brees Hall as another solo running back. And then Tet McMillan as our anchor wide receiver. Yeah, and I think I said Fantasy Football Garage. Give him a follow. Hartman has a channel, Hartman Fantasy Football. He was the first person on the Who Hames network. Best calls: Chase Brown, James Cook, BTJ, Saquon, Chuba, Burrow. Bad calls: Zamir White and Jelani Woods. I was also on the Jelani Woods train. Basically because it was a free bet with huge upside. And I took a bunch of those free bets with huge upsides last year. And all of them were awful. Like every one of them was really bad. If I would have just taken some stability at the end of those drafts, I would have did a lot better overall. Like there were some players that were kind of safe that I was only shooting for ceiling in every situation at the end of drafts. And I think that it's fine to do that. I think you just want to mix it up, not take Jelani Woods and Dylan Laube every time. Like, like I didn't have no 40% Jelani Woods or anything, but I had 20% in the 20-round drafts. Dontavian Wicks will definitely learn how to catch. Was my worst. Well, my worst was Brees Hall as my 104 last year. Well, I had Justin Jefferson over Chase, which, nobody expected the Vikings defense to be as good as they were. And part of Justin Jefferson's issue last year was how good that defense was, right? So I'm kind of wondering, if their defense is any worse this year, that he could be a smash pick. And Chase, well, their defense wasn't very good. But I mean, that doesn't make it a better pick. That's just me coping a little bit. But Jamar Chase was always the right pick. But I had Chase at 4 or 5. I had Brees Hall above Chase. I didn't always take it that way, but having those takes definitely hurt. If I could land Zay Flowers, I will land the Lamar Jackson Zay Flowers stack with Tet McMillan. This is a fun team. This team is fun for me. I don't get a lot of Zay Flowers, but man, Zay Flowers is wide receiver 2 in Superflex with Lamar Jackson with anchors Genty, Brees Hall. I could get behind this. Ty Chandler was also awful. Yeah, I also had 13-14% on Ty Chandler. I had a whole bunch of Brock Bowers and Jaden Daniels, though, a lot of those two. So I feel like there will be a huge tier break at running back when it comes back to me. I don't love. I'm just going to continue my irresponsible bet on Cam Scatabo. I am okay having an irresponsible amount of Cam Scatabo. It's fine. CD at the 106. Time for you to lock in. Oh, yeah. I think there's a clear top 6. Like, I actually think there's a clear top 5 as on drafters, like in full point PPR. I personally don't think Saquon should be taken until pick 6. Scatabo. He might be. Like, he has a lot of bust potential elements in his game, but he's also got some gigantic win upside bets, right? So it's not a safe pick, and it's not like we're expecting the Giants to be have a whole bunch of points by the end of the season, right? So yeah, I acknowledge that the bet is risky, but I will lean into risky bets sometimes. And especially like with this team as a running back 4, like I don't love him as much as a running back 3, which I take him as running back in Superflex. In standard style, I don't mind him as a running back 3, but in Superflex, I want him to be running back 4 or later. I don't know what some of the rest of you think. Hey, and if you're in the chat and I forgot to mention you whenever I was going over people that have channels, shout yourself out. And I apologize. I tried to hit everybody. I'm sure I missed something. I actually think part of Scatabo's value is such a strong floor, either touchdown volume or receiving. Yeah. Well, I think that no matter what, he's going to find a way to play. I do agree that the touchdown will go through him. The question is, how much are we really expecting them to score, right? That's kind of I don't want a low amount of let's look at the board real quick. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Steph Diggs here. Give me 2 wide receiver 14 buys. I do worry that they will have less, just not score as many points as people are expecting. Like with Malik Neighbors going, like some people have him as like wide receiver 3 this year. I can't get behind that. I like him, but I don't know how good that offense is going to be, especially with that defense being really good. And with that defense, like they are supposedly going to be very good this year, right? Well, if they are really good, we're going to that means they're going to be running the ball, right? We'll go ahead and take Mark Andrews. Like that, this draft is coming together perfectly. We got Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews. We got Steph Diggs, Trey Henderson, Drake May. We got Geno Smith with Ashton Genty. This is correlating perfectly. All different bye weeks everywhere except for a little tap there, a little tap there. Basically, just avoid week 14 for the rest of my squad, and I should be pretty golden. Yeah, the Giants' offense isn't ideal, but look at the Browns. We were taking Judkins how much higher? Yeah, but that's true. He's what, like two rounds higher, I think. So, and I actually love him, but Judkins, I think it's pretty objective that Judkins is just a better prospect, though, right? Like if those roles were flipped, Judkins would still be going before, right? Like Judkins would probably be going even higher if he was on the Giants instead of the Browns, I would think. But who knows? And welcome JT Bestball. I will be going on JT's channel tomorrow night. I don't think we've exactly ironed out the time yet, but it will be 9:30, 10 o'clock. And we will be drafting on Underdog. Not sure what we'll be drafting, but I look forward to it. It should be a lot of fun. The last time we were on there, it was a lot of fun as well. Judkins draft capital and likely role is a lot better. Right. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm saying with it. Like there are a few avenues for Scatterboo to fail, but I don't think those avenues are that big, honestly. In a regular draft, he's going 30 spots higher. Is it? I guess it is. I thought Judkins is going at like 77 now. And Scatterbo's going to like 92. I thought it was like 24, 25, like mid 20s, basically, which is close to 30. I mean, honestly, I feel like there's a big tier break here somewhere soon at running back. I would love to get Tyler Warren, but I think getting my fifth or sixth running back honestly feels awesome. So if I can get him, I'll take him. I was gonna say I would take, and if I can't get him, I might just go ahead and take Jack Besh. But I think I'll take Tyler Warren. I don't get much of him in this format, so okay. I hadn't looked at it. I was thinking I'm actually in all of my slows. Judkins is there in like 75 to 78. So I was assuming that maybe his ADP is lowering at the moment, and I just feel like it's a little lower. But yeah, I think that Scatabo is fairly safe overall. I just don't know like how low he does have a floor, but I don't know how low that floor is, right? Like is that floor 5 points a week or is that floor 9 to 10 points a week, right? Like they did spend draft capital on him. More draft capital in a better running back class than they spent on Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy had fumbling issues near the end of last season. So, and Dable is going to be coaching for his job. Now, Scatabo has some fumbling issues as well. So, but he hasn't done it yet for that coach. And no offense to Devin Singletary, but I personally don't value him at all in these drafts myself. I might need to stop at 6 wide receiver here. Definitely one of my most heavy early wide receiver Superflex. Let's look at it. Let's see what Ben is doing. Ben has Josh Allen, Puka Nacua, Brock Purdy, Matt Stafford. I love that start. T. Higgins and Adams, Evans, Juwan. You should have. If it was me, let's look at the bye weeks. You got a bye week 8, a bye week 10, a bye week 8, a bye week 9, and a bye week 14. I might have even stopped. The Ayuk fall was real, and you don't really have to have him. I might have stopped at 5, but yeah, I would absolutely stop at 6 if it was for me. Don't get me wrong. I think Judkins is higher upside. I just think with Scattaboo's ADP baked in, yeah, I have a very hard time clicking Tyrone Tracy. I forced myself to do it a couple times, but man, it really doesn't feel good. Yeah. So did Brian Dable. Like old motor. Yeah. Oh yeah, you have Purdy, don't you? And yeah, man, that's awesome. A double stack there. Well, you got to do you should next 4 picks at least should be running back. I personally can't click Shedeur Sanders right now. Do I want to take Jalen Wright or do I have a hard time clicking him as well. I'm actually going to take Quentin Johnston. I don't dislike Quentin Johnston this year. Steve has me rethinking not being on Scat, but I just can't get there. I mean, I take him. I'll be doing the off. I'm going wide receivers at the end. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna get the double stack, Andrews likely with Lamar and Zay Flowers at a 20 pick discount, I think I'm gonna take it. And I can be done there. If Tyler Warren doesn't have a good week 7, it's fine. But Lamar Jackson loves the tight end. So I feel really good about that room. Like I can stop there and just basically throw darts at wide receivers and maybe 1 or 2 more at running back. The team right now, we got a 3-5-4-3. Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Geno Smith. Running backs, Ashton Genty, Brees Hall, Travion Henderson, Cam Scatabo, Tajay Spears. Love that room. Wide receivers, Ted McMillan, Zay Flowers, Steph Diggs, Quentin Johnston. That also feels strong. And then Andrews likely and Tyler Warren at tight end. I will take Tracy a bit because I think he could be Jalen Warren in that offense. Again, so Price. So speaking of Jalen Warren, me personally, I'm moving Jalen Warren back up a little bit, and I'm moving Caleb Johnson down a little bit more with the Aaron Rodgers signing. Yes, their offense should work a little better, but Aaron Rodgers does really like to throw to his running backs, and Aaron Rodgers, hasn't he historically, and I do need to go back and look through this, but if I'm remembering right, like he tends to not love rookie running backs. And we know as soon as he gets there, he's going to be the shot caller in every situation. So if that's the case, like I think that at least when it matters, Jalen Warren will be in there for no other reason than pass protection and being able to change the plays out. And he wants somebody reliable in the pass game. So that's my thinking on that. And Jalen Warren is in a contract year. Yeah. Like I'm going to definitely move him up a little bit in my rankings. I don't know. How do the rest of you guys feel about that? Like, do you think that that's wild? We are not taking DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, that's exactly like Jalen Warren's one of the top running backs in the league in pass pro, right? So I think let's go ahead and take Romeo Doubs here. That's actually a bring back for the Baltimore game, oddly. So the Aaron Rodgers signing, like I think that Caleb Johnson's going to move up because people will want the offense to be better. But I think that we definitely need to move Jalen Warren up as a community. I do need to go back and make sure that the rookie running back thing is not just a feel and that it's a fact, but I'm pretty sure that it's a fact. We have a pretty solid. I have too much Alec Pierce, as we just discovered. So we're going to go ahead and take Jalen Noel. Also, I have no other week 6 bye weeks. So we're going to time out on Jalen Noel there. JT says, very good point on Rodgers and Warren. I agree totally. One of the reasons I haven't been in on Johnson is I assumed Rodgers was going there. Yeah, I was kind of waiting on Warren to make sure Rodgers didn't go, you know. I have basically 0 Shador, but 40 after ADP, sure. I'm honestly just straight up Dylan Gabriel over Shador. And I'm also Joe Flacco straight up over Shador. But I probably should have clicked him there, even with I am going to take, that's an early Dylan Gabriel. He took Flacco and Gabriel there. So I do want to look back at that team. This is the team that went with the good start. The weird start. Jamar Chase, Malik Neighbors, Brock Bowers. He got 2 starting quarterbacks with those 3 and Rashee Rice. David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Javonte. This is actually a well-built team. And then he's taken a shot at double Cleveland quarterback for a third. If I were to build, this is actually Jimmy Taylor here has a very well-structured team. It's a little different than anything I would personally, I'm not going to build like this often. I've tried it once or twice and it blew up on me, but I don't mind it, honestly. Like he is at a little bit of an uphill battle at quarterback for sure. But if he adds on two more late round guys like a Mariota, a Tyrod Taylor, a Cooper Rush, people like that, I think it's fine. Braylon Allen and Dylan both on rookie deals. Did Braylon Allen really have? I'll have to look up see what Braylon Allen did. Let's look at what we have. Like, I'm perfectly fine with this wide receiver room. This is better wide receivers than I usually have in this contest. So I think I'm going to take some darts here. I'm going to take Taj Brooks as one of them. And I think I'm going to go ahead and queue up either Tyrod Taylor or Marcus Mariota. And I have a pick I haven't made yet in Superflex that I want to make. I haven't taken a share of Tyrod Taylor yet. I have Breece Hall. I don't have any pieces there. Yeah, we're going to take a share of Tyrod Taylor. We're going to go back to the board. Then we're going to go back through chat. I got behind. Sorry, everybody. I don't know if Rodgers will like Warren. Are we sure Warren is a good pass blocker? I've seen him whiff on the wrong. Well, I know he's rated pretty high by most places as a good pass blocker. I personally haven't done, like, I've not done film study on it, so I'm not positive. Also, he has some fun. Yeah. That's some of the reason why people thought Arthur Smith didn't like Warren as much. He wasn't hated by Rodgers. Okay, yeah. No, like, I'm just saying, like, they tend to not. Rodgers' rookie running backs tend to, like, not be huge. But, I mean, we do see that A.J. Dillon kind of fell apart, and who knows what happens with Braylon Allen. So, like I said, it was just a thought I was having earlier today, and I was going to look into it a little tonight or tomorrow. So, I think it was Dillon year 2. He didn't play much. Okay. Yeah, he of all the ones that I decided that I wanted a piece of, I didn't get Tyrod Taylor. I shout out Steve for that. Like, I think it's a great pick. I hadn't made it yet, but like I'm really in on these. Like I'm even in on if I get Puka Nakua and somebody in the draft named Steve O. Speak takes Matthew Stafford on me. I have absolutely no issue just taking Jimmy G. Like, I think like Stafford is a little older. He hasn't missed a lot of games, but if he does, I mean, I think Jimmy G with Puka Nakua and Devontae Adams could put up some pretty good numbers, right? Like, it's not out of the question that what is Stafford? Is he 30? Stafford 36. Let me look it up. Player profiler. I think he's. Oh no, Stafford is 37 at the moment. So, all right. Who's ready for a gross click? If Adam has to play with Jimmy G again, he's probably going to go full AB. I forgot they played together. That's right. That's awesome. I mean, I really want to do Khalil Mullings, but I can't pass up Keaton Mitchell on the Lamar Jackson team. right? Like, I am going to take a share of Khalil Mullings or two, but I can't. I I completely forgot that's a thing. I really did. Mac Jones with all these Superflex weapons could be fun. Yeah, yeah, and Jimmy here took Cooper Rush. Like I actually like what he's done. Like Lamar's had 2 seasons where he got hurt for most of the season, right? Like I uh I don't hate that. Like I don't hate that as a pick, as a high upside pick. All right, so let's go through some of these teams. Hey, sweet, got another sub. Thank you, whoever that was. Jimmy G has Adams contemplating retirement. So I don't know if this is true or what it was, but like I was at work the other day, I looked and I seen that Antonio Brown said something like Aaron Rodgers messaged him in February and asked if he wanted to play with them in Pittsburgh. I'm assuming that that's a joke, but man, I want that to be true. I hope that that is a fact. All right, we got a 4.763 quarterback: Lamar Jackson, Drake May, Geno Smith, Tyrod Taylor. Running backs: Ashton Genty, Brees Hall, Travion Henderson, Cam Scatterbo, Tajay Spears, Taj Brooks, and Keaton the Missile Mitchell. Wide receivers: Tet McMillan, Zay Flowers, both stacked. Steph Diggs, or no, not Dig. McMillan wasn't stacked. Flowers and Diggs are stacked. So McMillan, Flowers, Diggs, QJ, Dobbs, Jalen Knoll. Tight ends, both Baltimore and Tyler Warren. Let's look at what everybody's done. Ben Haskell, 4.763. Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Matt Stafford, Shedeur Sanders, 40 picks past ADP. Congratulations. Aaron Jones, Jalen Warren, Najee Harris. That's somebody like last year's Steelers. Braylon Allen, Jalen Wright, Marshawn Lloyd, Sean Tucker. I think you can get 3 starters out of that every week. Actually, you only need 2 because of your wide receivers. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, double stack, T. Higgins, Mike Evans, and then a double stack in San Francisco with Juwan Jennings and Brandon Ayuk. Dalton Kincaid, JT Sanders, and Noah Gray. I like it. I'm not taking any shares of Noah Gray, but I could be wrong. I could easily be wrong. No real reason to look over Steve's team. It's the best in the no, but we'll go over it. Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Michael Penix, Bryce Young. CMC, like that quarterback room is disgusting. With CMC, Mixon, Hubbard, Pollard. That's awesome. Nick Chubb will be rising. Chubb rising, guys. Take that how you want it. Raheem Mostert, Darnell Mooney, Jaden Higgins, Kyle Williams, Luther Burden, Jack Best, Cedric Tillman, and Darius Slayton and Tutu Atwell. Like, you could absolutely get 2 wide receivers every week there. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, I feel really good about Lamar Genty. I don't think that's going to be common either. He actually took a higher tight end, but Laporta fell 10 picks. That's kind of where I think Laporta needs to go. Laporta and Gesicki stacked. Fantastic team. If you're in the chat and I don't go over your team, let me know. Coolers hasn't said anything yet, so I won't go over his. Green Bean. We got Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix, Cam Ward, Chase Brown, RJ Harvey, Quinshawn, Tyler Algier, Brashard Smith. Little lighter than I personally go at Superflex, but I'm sure your wide receivers make up for it. Nico Collins, Calvin Ridley, Jordan Addison, Egbuka, Bateman, McMillan, Demario Douglas, Tyler Lockett, Vele. All right. Yeah, I'll go over your team then. I must have missed you say something earlier. It's all good. I was pretty sure you were here. I was basically baiting to get you to say something. Gotcha. Evan Ingram, Colston Loveland, Kate Otten. So The only thing I don't like about this team is you only need 2 wide receivers. You got Nico Ridley, Addison, Egbuka, Bateman, McMillan, and Douglas. Like Lockett and Avele, I personally would have thrown darts at running back myself. I mean, overall, the team is good. Like you can definitely get starters, but with the flex, with the wide receivers only starting 2, I personally am trying to flex the running back since they on average flex at higher points. So I personally would have thrown those 2 darts. I don't see those 2 in 2 spots beating out this group very often. But it's a minor gripe. It's your last couple picks. Take your guys. And I guess it was stacks, right? Yeah, okay. They were both stacks. I get it. No, I actually don't mind it. All right, we got where is FK Coolers? Yeah, I just think it was one too many wide receivers with only 5 running backs in Superflex. I'm personally just not comfortable with it. If you're comfortable with it, continue to do it. 4-7-6-3, Mahomes, Caleb Williams, Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, probably the best backup pick on the board. For the Devon Achane stack too. Josh Jacobs, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason, Rashad White, Giddens, Sampson, fantastic running back room. Harrison, Worthy, Pittman, Coleman, Brown, Adonai Mitchell. You got a double stack there. You got a double stack there. Did you have? And then Cole Kmet for the stack. A triple stack in Kansas City. Hunter Henry. Yeah, I like that team. And I think that is it. All right. 20-second Superflex, everybody. When I get to the screen, I will be queuing up. For some reason, it's being weird. All right, 20-second Superflex in 10 seconds. Hey, no problem. I haven't been reviewing as often as I would like to. Like, whenever I have a guest on, I tend to not review just because, like, I'm talking with them, right? Oh, yeah, we're running it back. 6 to start. 4 to start. Yeah, like I said, I've been fading Chubb. We'll continue to do so. But the running backs, I wanted to keep. I wanted later, kept getting taken, and didn't want to scroll down at that point. When in doubt. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's some gross names down there that I click. Like I said, I was going to click Khalil Mullins. I want 1 to 3 shares of Khalil Mullins in this contest. There has been a little bit of speak about them wanting to run 3 running backs. Tajay Spears has not been I like him, but he hasn't been incredibly healthy over his career so far. And Tony Pollard's also dealt with some, and he dealt with it, like he didn't practice half of the year last year because he was hurt a lot, right? So they did draft Mullins. I liked him as a prospect, just as like a bulldozer guy. I want a couple shares of him, but not a ton. All right, we got Vaporware in the 101. Steve at the 103, running hot on my stream like usual. Ben Haskell also in the top 4. Got Aaron Sandy at the 7. I got the 9, Coolers at the 11, and the River Rat at the 12. And old Raw Hands here at the 5. What do you think this guy's... All right, type in the chat right now. What do you think the name Raw Hands means? I'm going to assume Raw Hands is a nickname this kid was given. How did this man or woman get their nickname, Raw Hands? Answers in the chat. If you're watching afterwards, leave a comment below. What does Raw Hands refer to? What? Wrong answers only, as FK Cooler says. Yeah. Wrong. All right. This should be good. He was a dishwasher at a restaurant and worked a nice. I love Jahmyr Gibbs in this, but I've only got one share of Saquon. I'm gonna take a share of Saquon. I don't like doing it, but I'm gonna do it here. Asking the questions, absolutely. Like, you get real football insight on this channel. That's what you get. That's all I give. There's no clowning around. Many hours in the goon cave. Oh, wrong answers. Yeah. He must be a Cornhusker. I don't have anything at the top of my head right now, but we have 20 rounds to figure out what raw hands means. If you're in here, raw hands, don't say anything, and then just tell us at the end who was closest. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a Kyler Murray here. Who does Philly plays? Green Bay. All right. So we're going to take Kyler Murray. Trey McBride seems to fall in the fifth to the back end half the time now. Like, I've been seeing Trey McBride fall to the back half of the fifth, which I'm okay with taking him there. So if he falls again, like, I like that. And Kyler says he does want to run more. So he is actually a she, and she is a talented. Nice. A myth, an absolute legend. All right, somebody take my keyboard away. Axe throwing champion. There you go. Raw hands. Yeah, that was a little far. That was a little far. Yeah, so I stopped myself before the end of that comment. I got most of the way through it, though. They fell into a fire drunk. Hands first one night. Professional boxer. So, I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Oh, a professional hand model. Maybe Raw Hands is part of Rex Ryan's crew. I get it. I know that it's the wrong appendage, but maybe he knows. Maybe he's in, or maybe they are in Rex Ryan's group chat. Pro boxer, semi-pro gooner. Baseball player that doesn't wear batting gloves. Yeah, that. Have you ever done that? Wooden bat, no gloves. Do it once. Probably don't do it much more. He's a stranger in the night and calls it his left hand. I'm going to guess it's something like, I mean, that's a great name. Like, that's not quite the one Emo Cowboy posted a few weeks ago. And Nick Bach also posted. It's probably up there with like Fast Farts, who got second in BBM. All right, so more football talk finally. We got Kyler Murray, Saquon Barkley. I'm going to keep taking Justin Herbert here until I get Ladd McConkey to fall back to me. I've had it once, but I was at 35. If he doesn't fall back to me, it's perfectly fine. I should probably take a quarterback here. Wood bat, no gloves, feels like running a chase. Yeah, literally, it's a split second that's like worse than worse than running a chainsaw for that long. Absolutely right. Yeah. Oh, so by the way, I'm gonna try to take the time this week to work on doing a short. I have an idea for a short series that I think is going to be pretty good. On Fridays and Saturdays when I'm not streaming, I'm going to try to release a short, and it's going to be a theme thing. So I'm hoping that that all works out. We're going to go ahead and take Ladd McConkey here. I like this. Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Saquon Barkley, Ladd McConkey. This may be one of those teams I just take 3 or 4 shots at quarterback late, just trying to hit the nuts, and I get more stars. I might do that with this one. Kyler plus Herbert has to be my most common super. It's probably pretty common, and it's probably really common with Ladd as well. If Trey McBride makes it back to me, it probably won't be as common. He has no clue. He's such a big part of this chat. He really doesn't. Ladarius McConkey. That's right. Adam is an absolute lad knower. Dude, I've taken Nico so many times on this side of the board with an elite. I've did this exact thing. Quarterback, Nico. And Stroud goes the pick before me all the time. Just constantly. It's so disheartening. It really is. I try for Gibbs Jefferson every time and haven't gotten it through 83 of these. I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen it myself. Make sure you get Sam Darnold as quarterback too if you're going for a star roster, even if you have to reach for him. Why is that? Why? I'm actually. I need to take a few more shares of Darnold than this, but yeah. Rashad just raw dogged you. I was gonna say we need to not call it raw dogging anymore. We're gonna call it raw Hansen. That's right. Crossface knows what we're talking about here. I mean, I don't think he's gonna. Sam Darnold doesn't go at 180. Trey McBride goes. Thank you, Aaron Sandy. I'll take Cam Ward. Aaron Sandy probably saved me from myself there. So because I would have went, I absolutely would have went with Trey McBride if he was there, and that probably wasn't the right call. Definitely flipping the build some this time. 2 early wide receivers. I may be doing the same thing, or I was planning on it. But I didn't figure Coolers was going to let Rashid come back. While other people are still clicking Shador and Spencer Rattler. Well, Sam Darnold goes at pick 80, right? Like, because he just went. He went at 53. Like, if he went at 180, I would have 100% of him. Jalen Milroe even goes at like 150. All these familiar names in one room. Knew there had to be a stream part. Oh, okay. You weren't even here. You just happened to got it. All right. So I'm fine like with elite 1 wide receiver with him. I'll go ahead and take this guy. Yeah, we'll take some RJ Harvey. The 5 week 12 of 2 of my top skill position players. Not the best, but I don't. It's cross position, not that big of a deal. So Vaporware, you missed the beginning of this. Raw hands here in the 5-hole. We're trying to figure out how this man or woman got their nickname. Do you have any ideas? Is this a friend of yours? Okay, I'm exaggerating a lot. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't sure if you were serious. I didn't think you were serious, but I wasn't sure. When you draft with no rankings, you raw-handed it. Absolutely. I mean, sometimes you just got to take a raw hand Burrow so the double stack doesn't get him a pick 72, right? Vapor just walked into this room. Like, sometimes you're just not lucky. Like, you're just out there trying to do a regular draft and you get in there and it's like, wait a minute. These are all the people that are at the stream drafts. I'm trying to get some EV out here. What's Steve doing? Why is Steve in this room? And FK Coolers and Jason? Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to keep up if you want to max this thing. Yeah, I'm at 49, and I'm going to be doing a lot. Like, over the next 20 or 72 hours, I'm probably going to do like 30 of them. So, all right, let's look at some starts. Garrett Wilson with Fields, Terry McLaurin with Jaden. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I have Judkins quite a bit ahead of Caleb Johnson and Tony Pollard. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I like 3 of those receivers there. Travis Hunter definitely the most. Raw hands. I guess I can't say that. What is that? Obstetrician who doesn't wear gloves? I don't even know what that is. I mean, he could just be. I mean, if that means proctologist, like maybe he's a no gloves proctologist. Okay, I think a proctologist would be even worse, right? No glove proctologist. That sounds awful. All right, we're going to go ahead and take our second wide receiver. We're going to stack up Cam Ward. So we got number 1 receiving option for Justin Herbert and Cam Ward. We got Kyler Murray unstacked. He's supposed to run a lot this year. I'm believing him for this draft. We got Saquon Barkley, RJ Harvey, Quinshon Judkins. Brown hands. Well, but he would start as raw hands, and he would emerge as brown hands, right? If you raw dog, you will. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna flip those words. Raw dogging now is raw handed. All right, we got let's look at what Ben's doing this draft. He had a stellar draft last time. He's got Brock Purdy again, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Nico. Barely missed out on the Stroud, but he gets Brees as a consolation prize. T. Higgins, George Kittle with the stack, Devontae Smith with the stack, and Pickens falls all the way back. That's a real, like, Pickens is probably the better pick over Calvin Ridley straight up, but I mean, I 50-50 that, honestly. But man, like, I like that over there. Vaporware in the 1 hold. Josh Allen, Devon Achane, Drake May, Tua, James Cook, Mike Evans, Trey Henderson, Travion Henderson, Jalen Waddle, Chris Godwin. So you got the Waddle stack. You got Drake May. Did Diggs go already, or are you not into Diggs? I guess it's early for Diggs because I got Diggs at this turn last draft. Let's peek. Yep, just as gross as I thought. So I prefer to have more running backs at this point. And this right here is why I have so much Cam Scatterbo. I'm going to actually take a Jalen Warren chair here. We were talking about it earlier. This is the first time probably the entire offseason I've taken Warren before Cam Scatterbo. You had to pull up Jordan Mason. Yeah. Yeah, I have like 30% Scatterbo in this tournament. And at third, I'm okay getting to 25 to 30% a player, but I don't want to get above that. So I'm going to not take Scatterbo as often in this from now on, just to make sure I don't get 30%. Got 3 stacks and double stack. Very stacky. Very, very stacky. Hey, if you're just popping in and you haven't hit the like, please smash the like for me. It'll help a lot. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy the channel, smash a sub. I'm going to start going live every Sunday night to do Superflex as long as Superflex content is available. And then Monday through Thursdays, I go live 4 p.m. Central Time. We're going to do whatever draft I feel like doing for the day. I'll have guests on during that. Let's see. Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and take I'm going to pull Matt Golden up right there. I may have needed a running back, but I think Golden's fine. Probably should have peeked at tight end. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken a tight end. So yeah, so on Tuesday I have Megan Schaub, Steve's sister, coming on the channel. She has a article out on the Fanspeak Substack. They for the marathon, and we will be drafting a marathon on that stream. So it's $35 a month for that Fanspeak Network Substack. If you need details, yell at Steve and yell loudly. Yell at him. I said it's okay. I hope he says it's okay. I'm sure he'll say it's okay. Kind of like Thad, all caps. So Herzig is big into Warren this year. Yeah. Like I've watched. Herzig has actually been visiting a bunch of streams that I watch, and anything Herzig's into that I'm not into, I go double check and look it over, right? Like I'm like, am I missing something? Because I'm gonna assume I'm missing something, and he's not. Like I believe he's the only person to be to the BBM finals all 5 years, right? And speaking of Herzig, Steve gets to play him in Bestball Jeopardy. So the player I was going to take last time goes the pick right before me. Feels bad. And Ayuk is still available. I'm going to go ahead and take the Charbonnet click. Because running backs are flying here. Absolutely. Ray Davis over Charbonnet and Tootin, huh? Yeah, running back is definitely rougher. Yeah, that's what I said. They announced that. It's not this upcoming week on Bestball Jeopardy, but it's the following week. It's going to be Steve versus Justin Herzig in round 1. And I was like, during Jeopardy, and I had advanced to round 2, right? So like, and I'm like, why weren't they just like the locked in 1 and 2 seed with a bye? Like I don't feel adequate to be, have make them play each other. And like it doesn't feel right. I feel like they're definitely both more versed in it. I'm just out here on vibes, like and I think I mentioned it in PPR Tyler's stream, and Tyler was like, yeah, I kind of agree. Like I mean, I am absolutely fine with either one of these clicks. I'd prefer the Ayuk click. Like Ayuk here as a fourth wide receiver with 2 studs and a rookie. I could tack on somebody who's kind of gross later for some sustainable volume. Guy autoed him. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything here. Kyler, tight ends. Yep, we're going to take Jonnu Smith. We got a little bit of a discount there. I'm actually still in on Jonnu Smith. I think he's falling because of news that isn't actually news. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does go back to Arthur Smith. But if he goes to Arthur Smith now with Aaron Rodgers, like Aaron Rodgers absolutely uses a tight end. Works better that way. Get your strong guy out. I mean, it's better for the rest of us. Yeah. Like, but there is a consolation bracket. So downloaded a bunch of sports info solution data, which is fun to play with. Yeah, I will. I'm going to actually message you at some point this week. I'm going to think about stuff that I would like you to chart because you said you wanted to start charting things for fun. Like, while I'm listening to things, I usually have ideas. I'll just start writing them down, and you're probably the same way. Like, so, but yeah, I think it'd be fun to get like some unique information and stuff. And I like the way that those charts turn out, We got let's go over the team real quick. We got a 3-5-3-1 right now. We got Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Cam Ward, Saquon Barkley, RJ Harvey, Quinn Sean, Jalen Warren, Zach Charbonnet. Double by week 9. We got Vlad McConkey, Calvin Ridley, Matthew Golden with Jonnu Smith. Let's look at the running backs. I'm taking one of these running backs because it starts to get really ugly after this. And I could stop at 6 here. And I'm fine with any of these quarterbacks. So, or not quarterbacks, wide receivers. Yeah, for sure. I have the free trial for a few days more. We're at, you say, Sports Info Solution? I've never actually visited that site. Is it pretty nice? I've been looking for places to like get new information. I don't take as much Algier. Algier is a really good click. I prefer Eckler to him. But Algier does have the gigantic upside, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a good time. What's everybody else at? Let's look at the votes. So we have 27 votes for if Nick Chubb signs in Houston, is that bad for Joe Mixon? 56% say yes, and 44% say no. I'm on the no side. I'm surprised that that's pretty split. Honestly, I expected it to be a little bit more on the yes side. I'm just personally on the no side. Yeah, I kind of figured that a lot of people would believe it is. I don't personally believe it is because I mean I think that Dameon Pierce is dead is the correct thing, right? Like Dameon Pierce is completely dead with that. So I think with this wide receiver room, I think it's a Christian Kirk room. Get a high floor for the early season in case Matthew Golden is going to be out there week 1, but he may not like be really productive early. So let's go ahead and take a guy who's definitely going to be there the early part of the season. I can fill in some rookie upside late. Yeah, Pierce, Marks, and Dare. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not bumping Mixon down much, but I'll be mixing in Walker and Kamara ahead of him more. I mean, that makes sense too. I actually like if you have them tiered together, it makes sense. I actually have Chuba and Mixon ahead of the Kenneth Walker Kamara tier. So, and I have Harvey kind of in the middle of them. Like, I take Harvey some, but I don't love it. Marks will still make the team. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be a 3rd and 12 guy, right? Like for splitting out, getting some stuff like that. That's all I see for Marks. That's all I ever seen for him. So I think Mixon's fine too, but Chubb could vulture more goal line work. Yeah, that is a fact. What happens if I mean, if they sign Dobbins and Chubb, it'd be pretty hilarious. Uh, maybe he does. I don't know if they. Does Jalen Noel return? Hey, Steve, does Jalen Noel actually return kicks? Welcome, Nick. 4 teams through 15 rounds. 2 stacky. You mean you've only drafted 4 teams? Dobbins to Denver, not Houston. Oh, to Denver. Yeah. I mean, I think that I I think it's kind of a good thing for Harvey overall. Um yeah, we're going to take Yeah, we already got our chaperone. We're going to take Cedric Tillman. Yeah, do what this guy said. Smash that like. And let me make a poll real quick. All right, we're good. Yeah, Noel did. Okay, I thought he did, but I wasn't positive. And sorry for not bringing the board up there. So I think I'm fine with just these 6 running backs. I'll probably add one like a flyer on late. There is a player here I wouldn't hate getting. I think I'm going to add Kirk Cousins to this team. Actually, I'm going to apologize to whoever has Justin Fields. I'm going to take some Mason Taylor. I need a second tight end. I honestly forgot that I didn't have a second tight end there. So, all right, Noel did punt returns and some kick returns. I was thinking that he was the returner there, but I wasn't positive. So, and I don't have my stuff open to double check it right now. So, thank you guys for checking that. Yeah. Steve usually gets there first. Some people know ball. No worries. I have Field stacked with Wilson. Okay. Yeah, I forgot who had it. I bet Mason Taylor's just a good click. Like no matter what. I take him all the time. He's one of my highest owned players in normal structures. I don't know about the rest of you, but he's definitely one of mine. And I haven't got Pat Bryant in 2 straight drafts. What is up with these rooms? And by the way, Raw Hands, shout out to old Raw Hands here in the 5-hole. Let's look at how he's built. Let's see if Raw Hands knows ball. Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, Drake London, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold. Like, that's a very solid start. Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, Worthy. Like, this is a very good team, honestly. Joe Burrow, did he end up taking – he took his sickie. Yeah, Raw Hands knows ball. Look at this. He got Stroud. Did he end up taking – he doesn't really have a stack with Stroud yet. I mean, he did screw Ben Haskell. Yeah, he does. He has a solid team. He kind of hurt Ben Haskell, but, like, I don't blame him for taking Stroud as the last quarterback. And I personally would have taken Bryce Young over Stroud if I don't have a stack available. But did he get Higgins? Okay, he did. So, yeah, he's building absolutely really well. Love to see it. Take our third tight end here if he is available to us. If not, we will take – we definitely want one more wide receiver. Definitely want one more. I mean, this is a really solid wide receiver room. I do want another one. I also want another quarterback, just a flyer guy at some point. I'll do that in round 20, and I'll probably take another running back. I like Devin Neal and Brashard Smith over the rest of these guys. So I'm going to queue. If one of those two is gone, if both of those are gone, I will take a wide receiver. All right. Raw hands, wide receiver, no gloves is the answer for sure. I mean, it's probably something simple like that. Nah, yeah, I'd take. Yeah. I don't know. I would actually. There's a reason I would take. I'll get on that here in a minute. We'll take Brashard Smith. So the reason I would take Bryce Young over Stroud there is because Tet McMillan is very easy to stack, right? So if you take Bryce Young there, yeah, you don't get Kenneth Walker, but you get Tet McMillan with a stack. Like, and then, yeah, you may get James Conner instead of Kenneth Walker. So, like, you're trading a stacked, but I mean, he ended up stacking it anyway, so that's perfectly fine. I just like the rushing upside Bryce Young brings for Superflex specifically. And I think Tet McMillan is a very, very good pick. So I tend to lean Bryce Young over a lot because of rushing upside and because Tet McMillan, his number one receiver, is possibly one of the most underpriced players on the board. He could be one of the most overpriced players on the board too. We don't know. I thought you were going to say, I don't blame him for hurting Ben. If I would have thought about it, that's what I would have said. Raw Hands was on the driving range all day with no gloves. He could possibly dig trenches as well. He might just be like, he's just a lumberjack, right? He just operates a chainsaw all the time. He's just a lumberjack. He works all night, or he works all day, or sleeps all night, and he works all day. He cuts down trees. He eats his lunch. And very few of you will get that. But I'm sure some of you guys got that little saying there. Old Monty Python. All right, we got Bryce over everything. No, I'm not quite there, Thad. I am very in on him, but I'm not quite there. I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. Cut down trees, I eat my lunch. That's a great video. If you've never seen I'm a Lumberjack, Monty Python, check it out. This is the first time I've ever built a 5-5 team. Probably not optimal, but fun. I'll look at it. I'm in a good mood tonight. I don't got to work for the next 4 days. We got time. Come on, Raw Hands. Reveal the answer. We need the answer. We need it. Let's see what I want to stack here. Kenny Pickett. Is this a Kenny Pickett team? Is this a Kenny Pickett team? Honestly, it's a Malik Willis team. We got Matthew Golden. We have Saquon Barkley. Oh no, that's not the right matchup, but it's still yeah, because it's Green Bay, Baltimore, right? Not yeah, and then Philadelphia plays. Who's Phil? I'm blanking today. I've been blanking all day. Philadelphia plays Buffalo. That's right. All right, we got a 4-7-6-3. Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Cam Ward, Malik Willis. Saquon Barkley, R.J. Harvey, Quinshon Judkins, Jalen Warren, Zach Charbonnet, Tyler Algier, Brashard Smith. Wide receivers, Ladd McConkey, Calvin Ridley, Matthew Golden, Christian Kirk, Cedric Tillman, Jalen Coker. Thank you, Thad. Hey, Thad, just so you know, if you didn't show up, I wouldn't have been convinced to take Jalen Coker. I seen this name in my chat. I was thinking about taking Jalen Coker. And when I seen Thad's name, I'm like, he hadn't been in the chat, and I was looking at Jalen Coker's name, and he popped in the chat and talked for the first time, and I'm like, it is a sign. This is what I need to win the tournament. Jalen Coker. All right, and then tight end, Jonnu Smith, Mason Taylor, Chig Okonkwo. That's my team. We will go look at River Rats' team. I sat around all draft waiting for what? Oh, the answer? Yeah. I just know one of the most popular scenes, "'Tis But a Flesh Wound." Look up the I'm a Lumberjack song. It's like a 3-minute song. It's pretty hilarious. All right, the River Rat. We got a 5-6-6-3. Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones, Joe Milton. Joe Milton's actually a decent click. Dak's got some hamstring thing going on, I believe, that isn't being talked about. Dylan Gabriel, Christian McCaffrey, Omarion Hampton, Cam Scatterbo, Tyron Tracy. I've been double tapping these running backs a little bit as well. I really like it. DJ Giddens, Devin Neal. I like it in Superflex because you have the extra spots, especially whenever it's your third and fourth or fourth and fifth. Wide receivers, A.J. Brown, JSN, Travis Hunter, Egbuka, Jalen McMillan, Darius Slayton. Tight ends, Tyler Warren, Brenton Strange, Isaiah Likely. I mean, he had a really good fantasy. Even if he sucks at football, he runs enough to be relevant in this kind of thing, right? And that's all that matters is how many fantasy points he's going to score for us. I mean, I personally do not care how bad Dallas is. We got a 4-7-6-3 from Coolers. Bo Nix, Jared Goff, Tyler Shuck, Shador Sanders, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Caleb Johnson, Tajay Spears, Austin Eckler, J.K. Dobbins, Jaleel McLaughlin. How dare you take Jaleel McLaughlin from Aaron Sandy? Wide receiver, Rashee Rice, Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, Jerry Jeudy, Pat Bryant. Best team on the board right here. I don't need to read any further. We got it. Best team, Pat Bryant. Game over. Michael Wilson. Tight ends, David Njoku, Juwan Johnson, Cole Kmet. Yeah, it's solidly built, just like the other one. I'm pretty sure every person in this room built a really good team. Aaron Sandy. 1 second. All right, Aaron Sandy, 5663. Caleb Williams, Russell Wilson. Yeah, you waited on quarterback, huh? I'm expecting some absolute firepower. Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, Kirk Cousins, Spencer Rattler. I don't mind doing this strategy sometimes. I wouldn't do it all the time, but I don't mind trying this as long as you're stacked everywhere else. Chase Brown, Chuba Hubbard, Tony Pollard, Rashad White, Miles Sanders, Mullins. That's pretty solid. I'm expecting an insane wide receiver core. Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas, DJ Moore, Ricky Pearsall, Josh Downs. Like stopping at 5 at Josh Downs and then adding Keenan Allen basically for free. That's fine. I wouldn't have went 3. I just wouldn't have went 3 tight ends with Trey McBride, but it is 20 rounds. It's fine. Pat Freiermuth, Kyle Pitts, and Trey McBride. Yeah, and then he took my boy Khalil Mullins. Look at that. Look at that. I'm out here influencing people to make bad picks. You're welcome. You're welcome, Aaron Sandy. Okay, you wanted the Steelers bring back. Got it. Got it. And I mean, if they don't trade for Jonnu, Freiermuth is probably a smash. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, just wait on the last one. But for the bring back reason, it makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and act like I never clicked Kenny Pickett. That never happened. Wipe that from your mind. Ben Haskell, 3872. Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Jalen Milroe. Running backs, Breece Hall, Najee Harris, Ray Davis, Jaden Blue, Will Shipley, Nick Chubb, Jordan James, Taj Brooks. That is a beefy running back room. Wide receivers, Nico, T. Higgins, Devontae Smith, George Pickens, Juwan Johnson, Torrey Horton, Scantling, George Kittle, Dallas Goedert. This team is like, I've done this once or twice where I take only 2 quarterbacks and then I take Milroe or like a Daniel Jones or a Richardson and just stop at 3. They feel a little riskier, but man, if Milroe's starting at the end of the season, like the rest of your team is absolutely monstrous. So it's a risk I will take some, not all the time. I seen what you did last time, so I don't mind doing that here and there. Steve got Jaden Daniels, Justin Fields, Dak Prescott, Jackson Dart. Love that. Alvin Kamara, James Conner, Mason. This is pretty weak for a Steve running back room. So I'm expecting wide receiver. He got the 2 stacks, though. So Javonte Williams, Ramondre, and Ford. Yeah, that can definitely work. Like Javonte may be underpriced. I'm not taking him, but I just don't believe he's going to end up being the running back. I'm probably wrong, though. Garrett Wilson stack, Terry McLaurin stack, Trey Harris, Luther Burden, Thielen, Dobbs, Tolbert with a stack. So you got George Pickens. So Ben Haskell sniped Steve on George Pickens because old Raw Hands sniped him on CJ Stroud. I see what's going on. I see how this played out. Yeah, so no, I absolutely like Ferguson, Ertz, and Arroyo. I think Arroyo should go every single draft, and he doesn't. So even at 18-round drafts, I think he should go to a team in the 18th every round. Maybe I'm wrong. And then Vaporware. We got the 3673, Josh Allen, Drake May, Tua, Devon Achane stacked with the Jalen Waddle stack. You got Achane, Cook, Travion, Jalen Wright, both running backs. Jarquez, Sean Tucker. I really like that room. Wide receivers, Mike Evans, Jalen Waddle, Chris Godwin, Shakir, Diggs, Keon Coleman, Kyle Williams. Tight ends, Hunter Henry, K. Dot, and Terrence Ferguson. And then let the star of the stream, Raw Hands. Let's see what Raw Hands. Raw Hands was building a really good team. You got a 3-6-8-3. Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold, 3 starters. You can question if he's going to start all season, but he's definitely starting most of it, or at least at minimum, he's starting 7 weeks, right? But if you're making the bet, just keep the bet. RBs, Derrick Henry, Kenneth Walker, Swift, ETN, Marshawn Lloyd, Dylan Sampson. Wide receivers, Drake London, Xavier Worthy, Roma Dunze, Cooper Cup, Jaden Higgins, Leggett, Yoshi, NWI, tight ends, Kincaid, Gesicki, and Theo Johnson. Awesome team. Now, so we're going to enter another Superflex puppy. It'll be a 20-second one, and we will be entering in 10 seconds. And I will try to catch up with chat. I would have passed if you had Dak. Yeah. Yeah, I was just giving you crap. I figured that if you've seen it, you probably would have passed it. I'm mixing it up every time I'm on stream now. There's no one white. Yeah, no, there really isn't. There's no right way. 6 more to start, by the way. 6 to start, 5 to start. And let's make a slow pick while we're at it. Oh, yeah. We'll take Justin Field. We'll let that time out. I got the next pick, too. We got Puppy starts shortly. All right, a thinner running back room, but at least, yeah, like because it was thinner, you took guys that are definitely going to have a role, right? And then some upside later. Also has Ty Johnson. Okay. I actually really like the Ty Johnson click in the last round. It's not done as often as it should be with Josh Allen, honestly. So we got Steve at the 101 again. Of course, it's a Who stream, top 5 pick. Sign Steve up every time I draft. Ben Haskell also living at the front at the 3 hole. Thad got the 4. Cooler's got the 8. Wobby got the 9. I got the 10. Vapor got the 11. I've seen this name quite a bit recently. If you're in the chat, let me know. Also, if you're just popping in and you enjoy the content, smash that like for me. I stream most days. Usually take Fridays, Saturdays off, but I stream most days. So +6. Yeah, brand new room again. I may try something a little crazy this draft. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where the wind takes me. I never seen Steve drafted. So if you want to see Steve draft in the back half, go to a stream that he's doing on Fanspeak. If you go to Fanspeak, I will be at the front half and he'll be at the back half. that's how it works out. Like he steals my streamer EV and I steal his. It's like a group effort. Glad I have to go to work tonight. If these are going to be Superflex lobbies. Yeah, I'm going to start doing Superflex every Sunday night. So if you're not a fan, you won't love it. I personally absolutely enjoy Superflex. I guess I'll take Mahomes. I do. Yeah, it's crazy that actually happens. Oh, you were on the channel earlier? Nice. Yeah, I figured. I don't. If these are good. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, these lobbies are kind of tough, but I'm having a really good time. You know, we're going to do a Week 17 bring back game. We're going to do Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes. Week 17 bring back. pretty close to that's pretty close to the ADPs. I like it. I've done this once. I generally like the elite running back here. I'm pretty sad that old slow hands didn't make it in here. RIP in the chat for slow hands. He didn't quite make it, or he or she did not quite make it. Yeah, yeah, okay. I was gonna say I thought you liked the Superflex, but yeah, these rooms are pretty tight. I'm just having a really good time tonight, honestly. This this is not good for my EV. I promise you that. Like whenever I draft some off stream later, it is it's definitely gonna be easier. I understand that. But who raw hands? Who's raw hands? Raw who hands? Who hands? You got to say it like Scooby Doo would say it, right? Are you willing to do your Greyhound? I screwed my Greyhound up. I will show it. I made one bad pick. I got sniped on. Like, I had 3 people in my queue, all that was going a little after ADP or like behind the pick I was supposed to make, and all 3 of those picks went in a row. And then I took Kyler Murray naked, which I backstacked him. It was fine. Yeah, and but I had it was a Jamar Chase team, or a Higgins team. I can't remember. It was a Jamar Chase team. I think it was Jamar Chase, Rasheed Rice, team, and I ended up taking Kyler for the bring back, and I backstacked him with Trey Benson and Michael Wilson, which I don't love, but overall it's a solidly built team. But I was kind of upset at myself for taking the Kyler Murray. I didn't like I did a 20-second lobby and I just didn't. I definitely panicked whenever all 3 of the picks I wanted went right before me, and at least 2 of them were like an ADP going behind me. I didn't prepare for it on the clock. So I'm okay with any of these quarterbacks. So I'm going to go ahead and take Josh Jacobs here. And then if Brock Bowers falls back around, I will chance it and I will take Brock Bowers. Well, I was going to save my Greyhound, and I will never do a single entry or like a 3 entry on stream because those are the best lobbies. Like those are the best structured tournaments, and I don't want to give away the EV on those drafting with people I consider sharp, you know. But like I am absolutely ecstatic for either one of these players here. We'll get Brock Bowers. Look at that. Brock Bowers picked 39. That's my first Brock Bowers share in this tournament. So I still need to do my Greyhound. Yeah, so I wasn't sure how fast it would fill. It came out on Thursday and it was like 10% filled or something early in the day. And I had to work 36 hours over the next 70 hours. So I went ahead and just did it in case it was going to get full because I wasn't going to be able to get to it like in a good state of mind. But then I bungled it anyway, so it didn't matter. I should have waited for sure. And if I would have been guaranteed that it was going to be open tomorrow, I would have waited for sure. And I would have done it late tomorrow night or Tuesday night. Yeah, I mean, my team's solid, but I'll go over it here in just a minute. Josh Allen, Fields, and May. Ooh, I like that. I think I have one of those teams. I have one of those or a Lamar Fields May team somewhere. It feels awesome. Getting boxed out and bullied is life from the turns. It really is. Let's scroll down again. I'm surprised it's filling so slow. Yeah, I fully expected it to fill way faster. And last year I got boxed out of a tournament or two because I was working on the weekends, and it generally fill all the tournaments generally fill a lot faster on the weekends because most people have time, right? So when tournaments launch on Thursday nights or Thursday evenings, I kind of need to do them then if it's something that could possibly fill. So just to make sure I get it in. So that's the only reason I done it then. I honestly wanted to wait. You can only start two, right, Steve? Yeah, like PPR Tyler is on a kick about, oh, it's a cardinal sin. I do not think so. I just laugh every time he says it. I haven't got into one of his streams. I'm going to do it every time when I'm on his streams. You don't need Rashid Rice, Wabi. I promise you. You don't need Rashid Rice. He needed Rashid Rice. Apparently, he needed Rashid Rice. Am I crazy for liking Hampton over? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take Amari and Hampton there. I don't have a share of Aaron Rodgers in this yet. I could do that. I don't love it. I didn't realize you had Mahomes. No, dude, it's fine. I mean, Rashid Rice is a great pick, man. Like, don't feel bad. It's not like I can't stack him with other things. Don't believe in him who aims. He DM'd me and wrote, "Watch this." No, like, I mean, that's a pretty damn good panic pick, isn't it? Yeah, we'll do it. We'll go ahead and take Aaron Rodgers there. I don't love it, but that is going to be his new price. I feel good about this. Jacobs, Hampton, Bowers, though. It feels pretty good. I think you look at it and basically traded three potential top 15 quarterbacks. Having a first round, Ladd and Chase Brown, you were really super strong in the third. Yeah, so like the argument I have, and I don't know if Steve explained it exactly this way, but like thinking about using your first three picks on a quarterback, like let's say your Superflex position averages 21 points a week, which is about what it should start if you start three quarterbacks. And if you start three really good quarterbacks, that actually may move it up to like 23 points a week, right? Because all those quarterbacks are going to have some bad weeks, right? So when that one quarterback, like let's say Lamar Jackson has his bad week, which, a Lamar Jackson bad week is what, like 15 points? But that's still 7 points under. If your third quarterback gets that 7 points, that additional 7 points per week for having the third quarterback is probably going to be more than the amount you're going to get for having the extra Brian Thomas. Because if you have like Justin Jefferson, Brian Thomas, and Nico Collins, right? You have that start. Like, yes, one of those is going to flex, but one of those probably isn't going to be scoring. Like, all three of those aren't going to be scoring 21 points. And for it to matter, all three of those have to score 21 points, right? So starting like yes, all three of those will probably start because one of them will start in your flex, but you're guaranteeing your floor at the super flex. And I think being able to get the spike weeks at wide receiver or at running back are easier to do later, right? But it guarantees you to have a high floor whenever you take the 3 quarterbacks early. And maybe I'm thinking about it wrong, but that's kind of what I feel. And like it's way easier to replace those points. All right, we'll take a Caleb Johnson, Aaron Rodgers stack that I was just saying I don't like. We'll absolutely do that. And then if he comes back around, we'll take him. It's like starting 5 wide receiver non-Superflex. Right, yeah, exactly. Like you secure the floor at the most important position. Right? Like yeah, exactly. Even though a lot of mid-round running backs will be outscoring your 4th, 5th wide receiver flex, but running backs, wide receivers aren't really outscoring quarterbacks, especially the one. Yeah, exactly. Like the team Steve and I drafted on my stream a while back. We get Cortland Sutton back. We got Bo Nick. We had what was it? It was Jalen Hurts, and then was it Kyler? Yeah, it was Jalen Hurts. Kyler fell back to us, and then Bo Nix made it back around. Like the floor of that quarterback room is probably like on average, we're probably going to super flex 24 points, right? With that quarterback room. That's my guess. 20, probably 23 to 24 points. Like, so yes, giving up that pick that could have been Nico, but like, let's say the difference between Nico and Xavier Worthy at the end of the year. Like, okay, I mean, I guess if you're taking your 3rd quarterback in this round, so like the difference between Nico and JSN, right? Let's say that a quarterback fell down there, and that's even later. Like, is that worth giving up that floor? And you need to score high in the Superflex during the playoff weeks, also, right? You need that elite ceiling at the quarterback position, in my opinion, more than you need at the wide receiver position or the running back position in Superflex. And I could be wrong. This is just the way I feel about it. Was going to stack him with Harvey. Hey, thank you, sir. I mean, don't give. I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't want people to just absolutely gift me things. But I mean, honestly, I have Devontae Smith rated above Cortland Sutton head to head. So, once again, Cam Scatabo at the top of my ranks, always. Where is he at? And the top of ADP at that position. I haven't taken Russell Wilson yet either. Yeah, we'll take Jerry Jeudy on the bring back game for Aaron Rodgers, I guess. Like, I do like Jerry Jeudy as a click though. I really do. I think Jerry Jeudy is a pretty fine click. I may end up. Which one of these guys do I want? I'll probably just go ahead and take Travis Kelce here with Bowers. Like, probably not. No, we're not going to do that. We're gonna take a very low owned share of either him or Najee. So we'll take ETN. I didn't want to do Najee because I had Hampton, but I would have done it. Like, I believe that backfield has a chance to score 20, 21, 22 touchdowns, right? Like, I don't think it's a very high chance, but I could see that. Yeah, but I don't know. I can't get on the Travis Etienne train, even with all the coach speak coming out, I can't get over the fact they drafted two, a round 3 and a round 6, or maybe LeQuint was round 7, but either way, they drafted two running backs. They had two on the roster. It's a brand new staff. Like I can't get behind it. I can't put a lot of faith that Travis Etienne is going to be good, even though he got good coach. What's he supposed to say? He inherited a player that people like. Is he supposed to go out there and say that he hates the dude? Like, do you want Liam Cohen to be Dennis Allen? Is that what you want? I don't get it. Like, I don't get it at all. So we'll go through the team real quick. We got a 3-4-2-1 quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers. Running backs, Josh Jacobs, Amarian Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Travis Etienne. Wide receivers, Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. Tight end, Brock Bowers. I feel weak at running back, but I'm honestly not weak at running back. I'm used to having more there. Let's look at some of the teams real quick. We got Steve in the one hole. Just nutted start. Allen, Mayfield. McConkey came all the way back to 40. All the way back to 42. Are you kidding me? The Herbert drafter took Herbert and then London instead of McConkey. Oh, man. Ladd, Evans, Calvin, Diggs. You got a stack there. You don't need the other two stacked. You got Chase Brown, Travion, Mason, Charbonnet. I mean, that's a very solid team. I will take whichever one of these is available. Evan Ingram, come on down. I am done at tight end. We got a stack. We will take Tootin or Spears if one of those are available. If one of those are not, we'll take Ricky Pearsall. Steve is cheating. I don't know how he did it, but Steve hacked into the 10-hole spot or the 12-hole spot, the 10-hole. Or not? He hacked into my. Yeah, he hacked into the 10-hole spot, guys. He's over here drafting for me. That's why my team doesn't look that great, guys. Yeah, I meant to say the 12-hole spot and took Drake London so Ladd would fall all the way down. I don't know if we could get to. We're at 29 likes. We only have 22 watching. So I don't know. What do you guys think is a fair like goal? 32? Give me 3 more likes. Give me 32 likes and I'll run another. Call him Slatto Hands. 35? 35 sounds fair. I've been live about right at 2 hours now. So yeah, let's do 35. That sounds good. 35 likes. I'll definitely do another. I would absolutely stop at 5 for that. Like, that's an awesome team so far. I mean, but you don't have to stop, right? You don't have to stop there. You just can. I suggest likes and I drop 2 viewers, but I get 2 likes. That's pretty funny. That means people are out here logging into their alts to give me the likes. I love it. Love the community. It's awesome. Doug said 32 Vapor. But he's like Vapor is like the guy who you go out there and you're like, I'll give you $5 for that. And somebody's like, how about 10? Make them give you 10. You're like, what are you doing, man? Why? What? You're not even part of this conversation. What are you doing? What are you, I mean, I'm thinking big, but like I also love drafting. So I thought you took your keyboard away. We are up to 33 likes, though. We are 2 away from that. We have plenty of rounds to go. We got 7 more rounds. Need 2 more likes. I was willing to do it for 32, but Vaporware come in and said, no, guy, make him give you 35. I'm out here trying to be your guys' friend, and Vaporware's out here like, no, nah, fam. You deserve 35. And you know what? After second guessing, I agree with Vaporware. I do deserve 35. It's not me saying it, it's him saying it. All right, we finally got Patrick Mahomes stack. Yeah, I actually only have one mod. I do actually need to start doing that, like start doing mods and stuff. I just haven't really. I've been trying to do all this other stuff. Yeah, stand my ground. I don't have to stand my ground. Vaporware's out here to do it for me. Yeah, yeah. I'm just drafting a messed up team on the $2 minis. I mean, you still like Cooper Cup, so I don't know if I can save you. I actually do think that Cooper Cup, like when he gets to the 90s, he's somewhat thinkable. So I don't love this right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just slap on Jalen Milroe to this team. I really like him as a possible late starter. So I feel okay right now with Jacobs, Hampton, Caleb Johnson, ETN, and Tootin. Hey, we got to 35. Vaporware standing my ground for me. Look at him. And since he's my boy, there we go. He asked for it. He stood up for me more than I stood up for myself. Now we're down to 34 likes. You guys are playing now. Yeah. Real funny guy. Real funny. Yeah, we got a. I don't mind this team. It's not my best, but I feel like taking the elite tight end. Like I'm definitely stopping at 2 with this. I got a stacked Evan Ingram and Brock Bowers. But yeah, I don't mind this team. It's solid. It's not great. It's not Steve's cheating team over here. It's not Hacker Steve's team. Josh Allen, Justin Fields, Drake May, Ladd, Evans, Ridley, Diggs, Keon Coleman with the stack. Like, I'm going to start calling you Hacker Steve while you're in my Superflex lobbies. If you're going to do stuff like that, sir. We got a. But yeah, another thing I like about Jalen Milroe is, as I was saying earlier, I love Elijah Arroyo late in the draft. This specific draft, I won't take him, but I also really like MVS. So it opens up MVS to me, and it also opens up a player I've stopped drafting because he was a 7th round pick. So this may be one of my few Damian Martinez teams. All right. I think there's a huge tier break at Shipley. If Wabi doesn't take Shipley, I will take him. That's a good pick. I think you should have taken Shipley. Absolutely. I'm still not out on QJ, but this is more of an Adam Thielen team. Wide receiver 4, Adam Thielen. Doesn't feel that bad. I disagree. Starting 3 quarterbacks is not the same as starting 5 wide receivers in BBM. The reason is that round 3 of Superflex, we are passing on second round BBM picks in the 14th round of quarterbacks. Yeah, but like if you flip like let's say you were to take your third quarterback in round 3 or round 3 versus round 5. Like it's more you're flipping a second round pick with the 5th round pick in BBM, right? That's how I view it. So we're going to double stack. Oh, I didn't get the click in. It's all good. I feel fine enough with that. So like I look at it more like so with yes, you are correct with you're replacing that. But you're also in this format, you're replacing Drake May or you're replacing Devon Achan with T. Higgins, right? But you're replacing Drake May with Cam Ward or Michael Penix. Like, so the 2v2 is Drake May, T. Higgins, or let's just go with his team. Drake May, Chase Brown versus Achan, Michael Penix. I generally want Chase Brown, Drake May. So you're replacing the second round talent with the third round talent. And then you're replacing a 11th round talent with the 14th round talent, right? So it's pretty close, right? It's pretty close, but the most important position you're getting more points at. I don't know if I'm explaining it in a way that makes sense. It makes sense to me, at least. That's all I know. Back down to 34 likes. Gotta love it. Seahawks love to kill all my favorite pre-draft running backs. Yeah, I assume you were in on Sharps too. I need to see the results before I'll be convinced. My mind shatters at the thought of drafting backups over first, second round picks. I mean, if you're doing that, then you should never draft a 0 wide receiver team, right? Because if you go 5 wide receivers before, like by round 6, that means you're drafting somebody who's going to be on the bench every draft before you draft a running back or a tight end. So if that's your thought, you should start every single draft 1-3-4. 1-3-4-1, right? Or even 1-2-3-1. So and then one of the other ones. Well, we get Jarquez Hunter all the way back, so that is awesome. Like the logic should apply to both the same way, in my opinion. I need to look for a wide receiver here. I'm going to go ahead and take Calvin Austin or Roman Wilson, one or the other. I personally like Calvin Austin a little better. The higher upside is Roman Wilson. I'm going to go ahead and take Calvin Austin here. And I mean, I'm just kind of shooting off the top of my head. So I am working on an article looking at my drafts from last year in Superflex. I was pretty heavy at the quarterback as well. And the results are pretty strong, 34% advance rate in the playoffs in the 3 finals out of 85 teams. Yeah, I mean, 34% advance rate is nuts. The only argument I would have against the 3 quarterbacks to start, and I'm absolutely for this, the only argument I could see is that although it helps your floor and advance rate massively, like I think that would be a fact. It might limit your ceiling in the 385 person final, possibly, or 375 person final. There is a chance that it could lower that ceiling, but I don't have the data to look into that. I'm sure that data is out there, but I don't have the data, and I don't know data well enough to be able to search that specific thing. So, but that would be something interesting to look at. Is does it hurt you? Does going to 3 elite quarterbacks hurt or help you in the 375? Right? You still have to get there, and the best way to get there, I believe, is to get the 3. And like if you look at last year specifically, those guys you were taking in the first round didn't really matter, right? Like Chase didn't really matter. Bijan was the only one that would have, right? So, like, but the Chase and all those other guys, they were getting replaced by, like, similarly replaced. I don't remember what the scoring was last year, but like T. Higgins was way up there. Marvin, like, those were all guys who scored late, right? And as far as tight ends went, like Trey McBride was really high that week, but it's not like he lapped the field over Tyler Conklin and some other players. So I would guess last year's sample would say that the 3 quarterbacks was still pretty good. Yeah, let's just double tap it. Why not? What could go wrong? Double tapping Cleveland and Pittsburgh wide receivers. How could this go wrong, guys? Anybody know how this could go wrong? I don't see it. I don't see it at all. We got we got one more pick here. I think that's perfectly fine for a running back room for this. I didn't mean to stack these two, but it definitely happened. We'll take the MVS click if MVS is there. If he's not, 2-2 is perfectly fine. I still haven't clicked Jalen Royals once. I guess that could be a guy I could click. All right, we get MVS. Go over Steve's comment and then go over my team. Also to make it clear, like I had Fields May not there. Dak also, I wouldn't have gone 3 in a row. If JT had fallen, I also felt there was running back tier break. So like let's look. So yeah, I feel like there's a tier break at Jonathan Taylor. I actually think Bucky Irving and Achan is with Taylor. Like I kind of think they're in the same tier break, by the way. Like I think in all formats. I know you're really bullish on Jonathan Taylor though. Yeah, so I think that those two are in the same group, but and I do think that Drake May is underdrafted in this. But yeah, like it depends on what the third one is. If the third one is Jared Goff, like I don't, and you like you obviously if you're going 3 in a row, you don't have Amon Ra, right? So if you're taking naked Jared Goff, I don't love it either, right? But like when it's Kyler and Bo Nix, that's kind of the same thing as Drake May, Justin Fields, 3 rushing upside quarterbacks, right? All right, so my team 4-6-8-2. We got Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Milroe, running backs Josh Jacobs, Omarion Hampton, Caleb Johnson, Travis Etienne, and Tootin. Got the pair there. Jarquez Hunter. I like that running back room. Not my strongest, but it could definitely work. We got 2 out of the Jacksonville backfield. We got 1 at Pittsburgh. A bunch of rookies, though. But we have Josh Jacobs, the absolute workhorse. Wide receivers, Cortland Sutton and Hollywood Brown stacked. We got Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman, both from the Browns. We got double stack Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson with Rodgers. And then we got Adam Thielen there for absolute floor. Tight ends, Bowers, Evan Ingram. I do like that. We got to 35 likes. I'm not going to go over all the teams this time. That's been taking a little while. We will be queuing up in a 30-second Superflex. Or I said 30. Excuse me. I'm going to be doing a 20-second Superflex, and we will be entering in 10 seconds. All right, I will look at your team since I will, since you're new to this, like I just went over a bunch of the half this room's teams in the last one. So we got 9 more to start, by the way. So the 7th spot. Thank you for stopping in, Freeze. We will look over your team as well. We got a 3-7-7-3. Baker Mayfield, Tua, Cam Ward. Love the start. Love that you got 3 quarterbacks. I think that's kind of a must. Saquon, Bucky, Kenneth Walker, Javonte, Isaac Guerrero, Jalen Warren, Miles Sanders. That's a very strong running back room. I try to make sure that I can get something that can generally flex a running back, and those 3 should lead to that quite often. Wide receiver, Xavier Worthy, Jalen Waddle, Chris Godwin, Debo, Ayuk, Burden. That is a very strong wide receiver room for not taking one until 79. You went 4 in a row. Like I really like how you use your draft capital there. And then Gesicki, Otten, and Chig, like just 3 darts or at the end. I really like this. Yeah, this is actually a very solid team. And I see the chat already. I just assume Steve's in the top 3 when he drafts with me. Or top 5. Absolute shocker. Steve did not get here. Oh, the pre-draft. Okay, you got the pre-draft. Got it. So in my lobby, hey, I got a lobby that's not all sharps. Look at this. We get to get a couple. We got on real time in the 6, Coolers in the 8, I'm in the 9, and Wabi in the 12. Only 4 out of the chat's much better than 9. Yeah, only 4 out of the chat instead of 9 is fantastic. And Thad, if you want, afterwards, I'll go back and go through your first team, or I'll go through this one. Thad and Wabi, I'll definitely go over yours out of this lobby. I went over everybody in the lobbies before. There was a lot of people in that lobby. I just didn't happen to go over them. I will take my 106 here at 9, Bijan. I do take Justin Jefferson some in these. I do prefer Bijan. So there is that. In 11 minutes, behind in the stream, don't want to catch up and miss the 11 minutes, so I'm on delay. Oh, okay. Yeah, we had a nice little discussion on that, for sure. I got the 6th, and oh, you got in 2, but not in the 1. Did I get you by accidentally saying 30 seconds? I mean, I said it, but then I instantly said, I mean 20 seconds. So I hope I didn't get anybody into the 30-second on accident. I did try to clarify that. You prefer Bijan too, but that's where I'm at. I took Bijan until I got to like 20% of him, and then I started clicking the other people around him. I'll take a Baker share here. I don't get to Baker a lot in the Superflex. I don't think he's a bad pick. I tend to like the running backs at that back end a lot more. And I try to do on the back end of the draft, I generally try to push it a little more. Has anybody seen Jamar go round 2? I've seen him. I think Steve said he seen him got him at 1.12, which is basically the same thing. So no, we in 20, but we joined right before you. Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Well, I entered as I said that, and then I just reviewed his team as I entered the lobby. So probably for the best for this room. Looks less tough than I mean, honestly, I feel like we all built good teams in those last lobbies. It's just that everybody built good teams, and it's going to make the 2 of 12 way harder, right? Like everybody was very well balanced and all that. So just finished Superflex 78. Congratulations. I just finished 52. I'm going to be hammering them over the next couple days. Got 24 viewers, 37 likes. Love the love, everybody. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. We got, but Baker's somebody because I was smashing Bijan, Gibbs, and Genty and McCaffrey early, and I took some Saquon. Like, I got a little behind on Mahomes, Baker, and Nix. So I try to take one of them, and Kyler. So I try to take one of them every draft that I'm at the back end now. And like last draft, I took two of them. I've been mixing those starts in as well, just to get my exposure up on those players, because I don't dislike any of them. But I got all of my super, like on the first couple days, I got all of my really fun starts out of the way, because the first couple, and I did that intentionally because the ADPs usually change and the most over the first couple days, and you can usually sneak a quarterback that you shouldn't be there through. Also, don't let me forget, I said I would review the Greyhound. So don't let me forget to go over my Greyhound team. Like, I don't love it. Jonathan Taylor all the way back. I mean, I should have taken Bucky, but I took Taylor. You know, I may do something crazy here. And if Bucky makes it all the way back, I'm going to take Bucky. And if Bucky doesn't make it back, I'll just take a quarterback like I definitely should. I should definitely take a quarterback here. I'll probably take Penix to pair with Bijan. But I don't – this is one of those I don't recommend, but I will try. Like, I want to mix a couple teams in to where I only get one quarterback through the first 5, and then, or through like the first 10, and then take 6 backups. Like, I do want to mix a couple of those teams in. I don't recommend I don't recommend it, but I'm just curious on how that works. Like, if we have some injuries early in the season, some of those teams could absolutely smash. So I'm going to mix a couple of those in. I actually think my streamed rooms are the places to do those, because all the quarterbacks are going to go earlier. But like with this group, there's less people in the streams. Like, that's what Wabi's doing here. CMC, Genty, Lawrence, Bucky, like, I don't mind trying it here. Like, I don't mind it at all. I don't know. Every time I see somebody go 3 straight QBs through 4 rounds, I thank them for paying the rake. Feels a lot like Superflex. 2-9. I don't. I mean, you can feel that way. I think 3 through 4 is the only way to draft. Like, or 3 through 5. I think you need 3 through 5 rounds. I just don't see the difference between round 3 and 4 at players. Like Jonathan Taylor versus Garrett Wilson, is it that different? It's a little different. Like, I think there's a tier break, but I think that gap is a lot smaller than the gap from Dak Prescott to Michael Penix as well. This guy got Hurts, Kyler, Goff, JT. Who is this guy? Steve? Is this guy named Steve, or is it Ben? Is this guy Ben? Like, that's a fire start. Yeah, JT actually falls to the 4th sometimes. I don't get it, but Peterson 4. Yeah, we're not going to have a quarterback here. If one of these is available, I'll take him. I'm pretty low. He got Hurts at the 107. That's fantastic for him. Like good for that guy. Good for that guy. So Cam goes. Coolers is definitely going to take the last quarterback here, like he should. I don't really want a second Aaron Rodgers team already. I'm going to push it for sure if I don't get Darnold. He didn't. He took Sam Darnold, or he took Devontae with Matt Stafford. So I mean that makes sense too. I ended up getting my third starting quarterback. I'll definitely add some rook. I will add something late here because I don't personally think Darnold's going to start all season. But hey, thanks for no problem, sir. Yeah, you deserve it. You were one of the first ones here. So and you by the way, guys, Vaporware, he didn't exactly create my symbol, but the Who logo, but he sent me like 4 AI images that I spliced together and merged to make my symbol. So I'm definitely going to improve on it. But shout out to Vapor, he's one of the real ones. All right, get Joe Mixon back. Absolutely, we'll take that. Actually, we will not take that. We'll take Mike Evans stacked with Baker Mayfield here. We got Michael Penix stacked with Bijan. We got Mike Evans stacked with Baker. I mean, your second of these: Burrow, Goff, Geno, Derrick Henry, and Taylor. Yeah, I do prefer to be in rooms that don't have 9 people that follow content. Nice. Sometimes it pays to be good, right? Let's look at what Thad's done here. Jamar Chase, Caleb Williams, Brock Bowers, Tua, and Cam. Ricky Pearsall down here. No running back. Aren't running backs king, Thad? He's gonna kill running back after this, I'm assuming. Your avatar looks like the ogre from Final Fantasy One who loves rubies. Well, the goal is like it was basically just he used Grok to like kind of make some images, and then I spliced them together. I I'm gonna mess with it eventually. I definitely know exactly what I want. I definitely want to add a big ass beard to the owl, and I want the color to be not faded, right? I'm gonna change the eyeballs in the O. I think they're gonna be the like shady looking eyes, like the shifted to the shifted to the right eyes. I think I'm going to change it to that because I do want the eyeballs in there because it's kind of funny. So I think that's what I'm going to like. I just want to kind of touch up the colors, add a beard and some glasses to the owl, and clean up the color a little bit on it. I like the logo itself. I just want it to be cleaned up slightly. Uh, and I have one. I'm trying to learn other things right now to get the stream to do a little better. Eyeballs deep. Whatever works for you, Ben. I do not judge. Whatever works for you. I mean, if Ted McMillan makes it down to me, we will be smashing some Ted McMillan here. I don't have very much David Montgomery in this, but man, Ted McMillan down here, pick 81, absolutely. Sign me up. I love the change. That's great. I'll finish out your last 60 Superflex trying to execute Steve's strategies. I mean, even if you don't want to do the first 3, like making sure you have three quarterbacks by 5 is kind of like where it is. Like it is harder to do out of the like to do it out of the front end. You could still get 2 stud guys and get a third one that's like Bryce Young. So like I think that makes like it's very easy to do out of the front end. The back end it feels a little grosser. That's why I take my shots at doing some things at the back end a little more. Reminds me of the dude at the barbershop in the I you'll have to send me that link. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure it's pretty funny. Also, did anybody go watch the Monty Python thing? And if you did, let me know if you enjoyed it. Because the Monty Python lumberjack skit is pretty good. I think it's hilarious. It's old because I mean it's Monty Python, so it's old, right? But I enjoyed it. If you've never watched it, go watch it. Tell me if you think it was a waste of time or not. It makes me laugh. It still makes me laugh. Yeah, pop that in my Discord or just send it to me in Discord. I'll look at it afterwards. Yeah, I was discussing. Yeah, we were. So last draft or yeah, it was I think it was no, it was 2 drafts ago. There was a guy in there named Slow Hands, and I was saying that we need to figure out what like tell me what you think how he got the name Slow Hands, right? And if you have something in the comments afterwards, go tell me what you think Slow Hands means. Like how did this person get the nickname Slow Hands? I'm assuming it was given to him. So I was using that. Oh, yeah, it wasn't Slow Hands, it was Raw Hands. That's what it was. My bad. I completely butchered it. It was Raw Hands. Excuse me, Raw Hands. Absolutely correct. But yeah, Raw Hands was the name. That's why I pointed. If it was Slow Hands, I probably wouldn't have said anything. But yeah, Raw Hands definitely had to be discussed. Thank you for holding me accountable, sir. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Slow hands and raw hands, completely different. There was a reason I pointed it out, and it was raw hands. So I really love this wide receiver core. So I've did 4 drafts. I've not taken Scatabo yet. Is there a reason to not take Scatabo here? Absolutely not. I don't have any Dallas for that. Cam Scatabo has week 17 correlation with Jonathan Taylor from 2024. Talked me into it. Got that 2024 week 17 correlation. That's all I need. Yeah, so we were talking about that, and somebody was talking about raw hand sounds like using a chainsaw for too long, right? And it just made me think of the Monty Python lumberjack skit. Yeah. So, yeah, it really does. Like, it completely changes the game. I agree. Hey, if you're just popping in and you enjoy the content, please smash that like for me. If you've been here for a while, and a few of you have, and you're not subbed, I would absolutely enjoy a sub. We do have a sub goal at 250 subs or 253 subs because I'm not going to do the normal. Well, I'm not normal, so my sub goals can't be normal, right? Like that's how I'm going to roll. We got to take the double stack. I will absolutely take the double stack Baker, Mike Evans, Ted McMillan, Chris Godwin, Baker Mayfield, Michael Penix, Sam Darnold, Bijan Taylor, Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, and Cam Scatabo. I'm liking this team. Yeah, so 253 subs. We will have PPR Tyler on this stream. Already confirmed. I didn't realize that this thing had already been done before. Maybe I'd heard it and I just forgot. but I'll be doing a draft blindfolded as PPR Tyler tries to direct me to make correct picks. If this is considered good content by you, we will be doing the first draft at 30 seconds. And if you guys enjoyed the content and it wasn't a waste of time, we'll be doing the second draft at 20 seconds. So if you are willing to, if you want to watch that, go ahead and sub. Get other people to sub. 253. That's what we'll be doing. And if you want to see a blindfolded draft, apparently it had been done already. David Kitchen, I think he'd done it twice even. I'll definitely shout that out. I will definitely link that in my descriptions of the video when I do it, since it had been done. I just hadn't realized it had. So I'd already released what I was going to do before I realized that it was something that had been done before. So, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and take Tyler Warren here. A little team correlation with Indy. I like a few of these running backs here. I'm fine with a lot of these guys. So any of these that come back, I'm fine with. Has the chat just been dead, or is nobody talking? I want to make sure that the chat's actually dead right now and I'm not locked up. So somebody say anything, and if nobody says anything soon, I'm going to try to relog something, because it looks like I might have got disconnected on this end. Yeah, it looks like okay, we are good. Anything. Exactly what I ask. Love somebody who can follow directions. Thank you, sir. I will watch that as soon as this we are done. I still have to review Thad and Wobby's team after this. I'll probably go over Coolers as well, since it'd only be one more. And then I will show you guys my Greyhound team. If you are in the Who Crew Discord, I've already posted it and I've already been made fun of. So it is what it is. Now you guys can also make fun of me. It wasn't a great draft. It was solid, but it wasn't a great draft. I forget to chat when I'm drafting. Nobody like that. It's perfectly fine. I wanted to make sure that things were good on my end, because chat was popping and then it wasn't. But I know that like Steve and some other people jumped into multiple lobbies and missed this one. So the parrot skit from Monty Python is pretty good. I don't think I've seen that one. JT falls to the fourth round because people are hungry for the Penix. Gobble it up. I'll be glizzy overloading JT shares. I mean, he's a very good pick there. Like, absolutely. Like, I really like that pick. But if he's going to start going in the fourth, like, I'm gonna end up with a lot of them too. Like, if him and Bucky are in the fourth, like, absolutely. I do massively prefer Tootin, Spears, and Davis to Trey Benson, but I think that Tyler Warren is the right pick for this team. He gives me some upside at quarterback or at tight end that I probably can't. Like, I like Tyler Warren more than Loveland. Call me crazy. I just do. So what do we have going on here? We have running backs. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a wide receiver here or a tight end. We'll take a wide receiver. Do I want? I think I'll take a Luther Burden share. I have DeAndre Swift on this team. A little mini stack for team correlation. I don't have any San Francisco. Garindo was the other option for me. I think with this wide receiver room with Evans, Godwin, and Tet, like I have a very strong start. I'll probably add a like Thielen type later, Thielen or Dobbs or somebody, because we don't know. Godwin may end up being a little hurt. Burden will definitely start slow, but I feel like these two are going to be solid enough and get enough volume early that I can definitely stop at 6 wide receivers here. Like that's my plan. And I might. Do I just do this? No, I just took Milrow on the last one. I'm going to go ahead and write it as make sure that bet was right. I have good stuff there. I'll tack on 2 random at the end here. I'm going to go ahead and take Hollywood Brown. I don't know that I like him that much over Mims or Jack Besh, but I have a lot of Jack Besh. And I'm starting to sour on Mims a little. There's been a lot of positive stuff. Like it's not just been once, but multiple times I've heard stuff about Troy Franklin looking decent this year already. So definitely want to let Mims fall a little bit. And I believe Pat Bryant's a better click. Like I would rather take Pat Bryant at this ADP than Marvin Mims. I think I like Hollywood over both, but I'm pretty out on Mims. Yeah, I'm kind of out on Mims. I was very into him before the draft. But number one, if you followed me for a while, you know I was in on Pat Bryant for a while, right? So when they drafted him and took him 2 rounds ahead of what I expected him to go, that to me kind of signified that number one, my prior was correct, at least in one guy's eyes, Sean Payton's. And number two, that they were definitely looking for something that Marvin Mims couldn't do, right? Like, and everything about Pat Bryant's game screams it's not what Marvin Mims or Troy Franklin can do. So I believe very early Bryant's going to be the 2 wide receiver set guy. Yeah, I think I do prefer Hollywood over Jack Besh, especially on a team that has 2 rookies on it already, like with Burden and Tet. Like I feel like if you're drafting Tet, you expect him to produce all season. But if you're drafting Burden, you're just hoping for late season upside. Like that's kind of what the Jack Besh bet is. So having Besh with Burden without a and having Godwin also on this team, like if Godwin was Jacoby Myers, obviously, I mean there's a team bet, but like let's say it was Jerry Judy, somebody you're expecting to play early. I'll take Zach Ertz here. I don't get to Gesicki as often as I should. We'll go ahead and take Gesicki here. Yeah, we'll take Mike Gesicki. And then I think I actually messed up there. The right call was actually Will Shipley. The right call was definitely Will Shipley. I should have taken Will Shipley. But yeah, with this specific team, I think Hollywood is definitely the play. He's going to be on the field early. Godwin may not be healthy to start. Tet and Evans, like they could have a bad game, and Burden, I don't expect Burden to do much until later. Like at least till till week 6. I have a very hard time clicking him in BBM style tournaments myself. I don't ever click Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't really like the click overall. Could this be a Wandale? Not, I don't think I can. I don't think I can personally take Wandale over Adam Thielen ever. I don't think I have the ability to do that, especially if I don't have Jack. If I had Jackson Dart, yeah, but I don't have Jackson Dart, so I love Shipley. He's on my top 5. Yeah, he really is. Like, no, I absolutely agree. There's zero chance. I think there's zero chance Dylan beats him out. I should have taken Shipley there. I was just I was chatting and missed my pick. Like, I do have like I mean my running backs are fine. It's Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Swift, Scatabo, Trey Benson. But I'm done at wide receiver now. I'm going to take one more tight end, one or two more running backs, and then one quarterback. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to take two more running backs, one more tight end, and one more quarterback. Just mixing it up since I stack them almost always. I have Dart and passed on him too. Oh, nice. Oh, I prefer Darius Slayton to Wandale Robinson straight up as well, right? So, well, Wabi, you are welcome for the Will Shipley gift. Kind of glad that Jarquez went, so I don't get another Jarquez, Adam Thielen, Hollywood Brown team that I literally just drafted, because I probably would have done it again. I'm going to go ahead and take the tight end I want. There is a tight end that I want here, and I don't care about the ADP. I'm just going to pull the guy up. Wandale won't get that target. Yeah, no, he won't. You know why? So my opinion, and there's nothing to back this up, but my opinion is that Tyrone Tracy and Cam Scatabo are going to be used in like some two running back sets where one of them splits out, kind of like what Liam Cohen was doing last year with Bucky Irving and Rashad White, putting both of them out there and then splitting one of them out. Because Rashad White finished with 51 receptions and Bucky Irving finished with 57. Now, I think if I could see them running some stuff like that here and there, and if they're running that, Wandale won't have a place on the field. Now, I don't have anything to back that up, like offensive scheme wise, anything like that. But when something works out as well as what happened with that, I think it was called the Texas stuff. I can't remember what they called it. But when something like that works for a team really well, I'm going to take a very, very low owned Blake Corum share here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take the Blake Corum share here. I do not do that often. I think I've clicked him like 4 times out of 300 drafts since the draft. So we will do that here. I don't know what do you think about that, Steve? Do you think that that's like so offensive rooms like to steal from things that worked before? I could just see them using those two really good pass catching running backs in a way on the field together at some point this year. And Miami done a little bit of that last year where they ran Achane and another running back, and Achane just split out. So, and both of those things worked. I could see Cam Scatabo and Tyrone Tracy being on the field at the same time sometimes. And if that ever happens, and this is just a pure vibes thing, if that ever happens, Wandale probably can't be on the field. And even if that happens, it's not going to be a high percentage thing, right? But it's just a thought I've had that something I could see happening. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. What do you guys think? You guys think I'm crazy? All right, so I might have 2% Wandell. Yes, like I would straight up pick Wandell over. Okay, Steve thinks I'm right. Uh, Ben Haskell with the winning answer and the correct answer. Oh, you definitely crazy. Oh, you definitely crazy, but you not wrong. You definitely crazy. Yeah, and like Slayton's the one going to play in two wide receiver sets, in my opinion, right? And if they ever do the two running back thing, which I think a lot of teams are going to do the two running back thing because it did work last year. It's a really good way to break up the two safety or the cover two stuff that goes on everywhere, right? So I think that that's going to start becoming a thing that happens a lot more. Who's at the back end? All right. I'm glad that guy took him. And earlier I said something, and I'm doing it now. We're going to take our Khalil Mulling share that I talked about earlier on this team. No actual reason to do it on this team. I don't have any correlation at all. I had Cam Ward on the team before this and forgot about it. So what quarterbacks do I have? Now we'll just take Marcus Mariota here as a backup. I don't have any stack or anything. Um, I mean, I bet I would be the only person in the world to take Kyle Trask if I took Kyle Trask. I took Wandale a decent amount in DK drafts with the full PPR. Well, I mean, that's a completely different story. Like full PPR, Wandale scores 5 more points a week, right? Like 4 or 5 more points a week. Probably 3. Actually, it's probably like 3 more points a week because he gets like 7 receptions a week, right? So, but those 7 receptions are for 52 yards and no touchdowns. All right, so we're going to take Mariota as long as Slate doesn't. We got Mariota. We got another 4-7-6-3. Baker Mayfield, Michael Penix, Sam Darnold, Marcus Mariota. Running backs, Bijan Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, Cam Scatabo, Trey Benson. And then 2 guys I haven't taken in Superflex, Blake Corum and Khalil Mullings. Khalil Mullings, I think there's a very small chance, but he could be one of those low-owned absolute smashes. Then we got a double stack, Mike Evans with Godwin. We got Ted McMillan. We got Luther Burden, Hollywood Brown, Adam Thielen. We got Tyler Warren, Mike Gesicki, a stack with Elijah Arroyo. We got the mini stack with Michael Penix to Bijan. Not a bad team. I do really like this team. The upside of Baker with Evans and Godwin together is fantastic. Major upside in Tyler Warren. And then Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, just absolute smash and just need one of these 4 guys to hit. Feels pretty good to me. All right, we're going to look at Wabi's team. Wabi has a 4-5-8-3. Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, Dylan Gabriel. I like Dylan Gabriel as a click. I definitely do. Christian McCaffrey, Ashton Genty, Bucky Irving, Ray Davis, Will Shipley. That's 3 awesome running backs and 2 really awesome handcuffs. Marvin Harrison, Tyreek Hill, Travis Hunter, Jerry Jeudy, Leggett, Darius Slayton, Adonai Mitchell, Torrey Horton, David Njoku, Brenton Strange, Theo Johnson. Possible double stack with Dylan Gabriel on Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku. We got Trevor Lawrence stacked up with Brenton Strange and Travis Hunter, and you got Daniel Jones to Adonai Mitchell. Yeah, a very, very solid team. Time to go review Thad's team on real time. He says, I pay the rake with this draft. Timed out twice with the players in the queue. That feels awful. I hate when that. So don't tell me which two it was, and let me try to guess. As long as it wasn't Star Method, it might be hard to guess. 3683. Caleb Williams, Tua, Cam Ward, RBs, Tony Pollard, Jordan Mason, Najee Harris, Zach Charbonnet, Rico Dowdle, J.K. Dobbins. Very solid running back room. Like it's a little weak at the top, but you have a bunch of guys that are definitely getting snaps every week. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Ricky Pearsall, Jameson Williams, Cedric Tillman, Keenan Allen, Jalen Coker, NWI, Elijah Moore, Brock Bowers, Colston Loveland, and Chig Okonkwo. I'm going to guess you timed out on Cedric Tillman and and Chig. Yeah, Chig. Yep. Nice catch. Chig was definitely one. Players in the queue. Oh, Ricky Pearsall was the other. Pick 67. So, yeah, if Pearsall was a running back, and then you got Pearsall at that, if you flop Najee Harris and Pearsall, yeah. Yeah, I figured it out. But, yeah, if you flop Najee Harris and where did you take Pearsall? And Kenneth Walker, that team's stacked. Like, Chig hurt, but it didn't hurt as much, right? Oh, you had DJ Moore queued up. No. Wait, did you have Ricky Peer? It took DJ Moore when you had him in the queue? I guess I don't understand. Did you have DJ Moore in the queue and then it took Ricky Pierce? You had to have Ricky Pearsall also in the queue, right? All right, we're going to go over let him explain himself if he wants. And then we'll go over Cooler's team and then we'll go to my Greyhound team. 3773. We got JJ McCarthy, Matthew Stafford, Jackson Dart, Derrick Henry, RJ Harvey, Quinshon Judkins, Jalen Warren, Tank Bigsby, Marshawn Lloyd, Taj Brooks. I love this running back room. 3 giant swings near the end, 4 solid guys at the beginning. That is awesome. Wide receivers, Jefferson and Adams, and down, IU, Kyle Williams. That right there is awesome. And then Jalen McMillan and Hopkins is like upside swings at the end. And then Hawkinson, Hunter Henry, and Gadsden. I haven't clicked Gadsden yet, but I fully understand it. Like it's a low owned swing that I probably need to click on a Herbert team sometime. So said DJ and Ricky both queued up. You just had Ricky queued up above him, I guess, on accident. Got it. All right, we will go back to this and look at this. And here is the Greyhound team. We had a 3-5-8-2. Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones at pick 215. I don't think he's going to go. He probably went way higher than 215 in most drafts. I was happy with Kyler Murray and Purdy, but I had a stack with Dick Jones. So Bucky Irving, David Montgomery, Quinshawn, Trey Benson, Isaac Garindo. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Trey Harris, Dobbs, Michael Wilson for the stack, Adonai Mitchell, stack, Tutu Atwell, tight ends, Kittle, and Colston Loveland. Like, it's a solid team, but the Kyler Murray pick, I had Mark Andrews queued up. I was wanting to be done at tight end and taking Andrews there. And I was gonna, and like, I didn't realize that Justin Fields was on the board. I wanted Fields. I went to click Fields last second and I didn't get it in time. But with this team, I was wanting Keon Coleman went early. I can't remember what I was wanting. I wanted Egbuka. I was going to take Egbuka there for the stack with Bucky Irving and with the Bucky Irving stack. And then I also wanted Mark Andrews. And I was going to take a Bo Nix because I'm high on Bo Nix, but I don't seem to get him a lot. I was really wanted Bo Nix. No, Bo Nix went after him. I don't know what I did. Yeah, I was just tired. Altogether, the team's solid. I just didn't like the Kyler Murray pick. I should have pushed quarterback there and taken anything else. Because I love Drake May. I would have preferred naked Drake May a round later and Mark Andrews. Like, I should have won it. That's what it was. I took Trey Harris wanting Mason or Fields. And then this guy took both. And I just wasn't expecting it. So I screwed up the whole thing. But I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's a solid draft. It's just not my best. It feels kind of bad for it being a single entry. If this was a puppy, I'd be fine with it. But being the single entry, I don't love it. But anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by. I will be back on. That's awesome, Dirty. Yeah, no. So I shouted out to PPR Tyler about this because PPR Tyler was the first person to invite me onto their stream. So I figured the gimmick, and like, he will absolutely have a blast with it. And he'll be yelling at me the whole time because I'm sure it won't be great. So thanks everybody for showing up. I will be live tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central. Like always, remember, in the comments, if you think of anything, why is the username Raw Hands? Why is his name Raw Hands? Thanks, everybody. Peace out.